There are hundreds of survival games out there. Some are subpar, some are god-awful. A few years ago, I discovered this gem called The Long Dark. Back then, it was unpolished, but over the years it has improved drastically. The game has been in early access for a while, and although they have a story mode, it's not what I'll be focusing on in this video. The Long Dark is made by Canadian developers Hinterland Studios. It was initially released in 2014 on early access and made on the Unity engine. It has a great reception from fans. It has a 9 out of 10 on Steam and 85% on PC Gamer. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this, and I'm honestly so confused as to why. In my opinion, it is the best survival game out there, full stop, and here's why. Again, I am only talking about the sandbox mode in this video and won't be mentioning the story mode. The only story we really get in sandbox mode is that the apocalypse has hit in form of a geostorm and has covered everything in snow and made it cold, basically. You are by yourself and you must survive the harsh landscapes to get supplies and explore your surroundings. The most important aspect of the game is the fact that you are alone. Apart from the occasional dead body and wandering predator, you are wandering the plains alone. This loneliness only heightens the fear. Weather is the most important feature of the game. It is also the biggest killer. The majority of sandbox is fighting the cold to traverse the different landscapes. There are blizzards, which are impossible to see or survive through. There is even a challenge dedicated to an incoming blizzard. You have to collect enough resources to survive through it. When a blizzard hits, your best bet is to get indoors and pray you have enough food and water to get you through it. When caught in the snow, your clothes have a certain rain percentage that affects how quickly you will get cold. The longer you stay with wet clothes, the higher the chance of dying quickly. Sitting in front of a fire or changing clothes will help this. The cold mechanics are smart. The clothes you are wearing, the time of day you are out, and how much it is snowed all factors into your survival rate. Going out at night is a death sentence. It is 10 times colder and also very dark, so seeing that wolf that is sneaking up on you will be 10 times harder. It is so unpredictable and dynamic, you are always kept on your toes. Combat doesn't happen often in sandbox mode. The rifle is a rare drop item, so you must find more creative ways to fight back or run away. The developers aren't completely evil. They have included abandoned cars and little huts along the road for you to hide in, but find yourself out in the open, then flares and a bit of luck are your best bet. Flares keep the wolves at bay for a little bit, but when the flares run out, then it is time to run. The shooting mechanics feel realistic and terrifyingly slow. If you miss your target, then reloading takes up precious time that you probably don't have. Aiming is also difficult. There are no dots to guide you. You need to use the inbuilt scope on the rifle, which isn't very easy to use, so missing your target is more than likely. Moving on to what you will actually be shooting at. Wolves are the most common predator in the game. You can hear their movements through the snow when they are nearby, which should give you some warning to get the hell out of there. The last thing that you want to do is to get caught in a full-scale chase with a wolf. It won't last long. They are cleverly designed and can be difficult to outsmart. If you don't have a weapon, then a flare or a distraction will be your best bet. Wolves aren't the only threat to you. Bears are probably the last thing you want to meet in that cozy cave you just found. Surviving a bear attack will take a lot of skill and resources that you're probably low on. Let's talk about the core feature of this title, the survival. It is hard but balanced and feels achievable once you know the quirks. Let's start with coldness. It is the main thing you are going to need to manage throughout your explorations. You can do this by finding warmer clothes and layering, building a fire, staying indoors and staying dry. Moving quickly from shelter to shelter are vital to staying alive. You can camp basically anywhere, but that doesn't mean that you should. Sleeping in the wrong place will result in a quick death. The cooking system is easy and hassle-free. When you cook an animal carcass or a can of beans, you can pass the time until it is ready, so you don't have to sit around doing nothing. If you can't find medication or bandages, there will always be a natural option for you to find in the wilderness. If you are attacked and survive, then there is always an opportunity to survive it, no matter how slim. Building a fire is your number one priority throughout your survival. Keeping warm, cooking food, and boiling water are all really important to keeping you alive. There are also herbal teas and coffees that you can make on the fire. This will make you tired or keep you awake when necessary. Perseverance and trial and error are the only way to survive the Long Dark. In my opinion, there is no survival game quite like the Long Dark. It is unique, beautiful, and terrifying. Surviving the Long Dark takes skill, but it is not impossible. There are really interesting buildings and landmarks to explore and a lot of resources to collect. The Long Dark is now on sale at the PlayStation Store, so it is a perfect opportunity for you to pick it up and see how long you can survive. Thank you for watching Game Table. We have a website linked down below with blog content posted daily. We also have a Patreon, which will also be linked in the description.